the void ban a little bit.
Sure.
Last time TNC faced off against Geek Fam, I believe was actually in the same event early on the bracket.
Hey, March taking some damage here. Do have the level 1 point up in the Chaos Bolt from the CK. We haven't actually been seeing the Chaos Bolt so much out of some of the CKs that we've seen in our recent games.
Right? In a lot of trouble in the mid lane. Jukes into the trees, pops the Fairy Fire, but now runs out of her. First blood goes to Geek Fam.
To go in for a few more auto attacks and just ends up being a big regen trade at the end of the day.
Yeah, I feel like overall the Geek Fam supports are doing way more.
He's popping the Metamorphosis. They're still laying in with the auto attack. This could be trouble for the Terrorblade. The damage from the Underlord actually pretty decent. Salving up inside of the trees. He's got 2 points in the reflection, in fact. Tangoing his way back through, turns around now, but Tim's just going to go invis, and Sakemberlu is still just completely out on an island. They should just be able to right-click him down. They pin him in, and this should be the end of it. Sam H grabbing that kill. Nothing rules, and he will be able to run it off. Next assassin maybe gonna shepherd him all the way back to the fountain, but oh, stun out. Does he have enough mana to actually burn to do damage here? Ooh. Sam H 30 HP. That last auto attack just enough. All right, very nicely done by the Nyx assassin. How's mid lane going now? So 10 CS to the Shadow Fiend, 26 and 8 on the stock. Has the double Null Talisman picked up. It hasn't translated into too much of a level advantage. Action at bottom lane. Razor getting dragged back in, and he's gone.
Yep, they kind of stabbed in from the side, and then 1437 was able to glimpse back for the kill.
It'll come back for sure. But what's happening up top? Razor making a bit of a rotation over towards Sam H. A couple more auto attacks. Looks like they should actually just be able to bring him down here. He's very slow. Field gonna finish it off. March got a lot of damage into the tower, however, and just died of this. Pops the wand charges. Not enough to survive.
A little bit better in late game, with the ability to actually go for a lot better ganks in the mid game. But we'll see if the mid game part is actually true, because on one side you got the Shadow Fiend who could go for the magic build. On the other you got the Nyx Assassin that could be ganking around.
Speaking of Nyx Assassin, 1437 going to be brought down at bottom. They are being pretty successful with the Razor rotations. They got Terrorblade and Jagiro hiding in the trees over here on the side. Raven also making his way over. They're going to lob down damage onto the Jagiro first. He's going to be brought down, play hard, TPing in at the right time. Don't get the mana out. Raven, can they TP him out of it? In a very long time. The Salp's going to be able to save him. Tim's meanwhile on the back lines has managed to just farm it away. In the meantime, has now caught up in terms of CS. Cuckoo just working his way towards some treads. Tim's thinks about damaging the puck here, but does need to be a little bit careful, actually. The burst damage might just be enough to kill him off. Unfortunately, Coil doesn't do any damage by default, but doesn't fade in time, and he'll be brought down, and once again at bottom. And March is being scouted as he makes his way down towards bottom. He is going to have a little bit of help in the form of the Nyx Assassin, who already has level 6. Play hard as you're going to look for first. They are actually trying to go on the Razor. Do they have the burst damage? That's the question. There is going to be stun, counter initiation. March trying to find a little bit of distance, turning around the Dream Coil, now catching out onto 3. The CK completely stunned up. He does have a couple of stick charges. Raven able to make it around the corner. They get the glimpse back. Is that going to be enough to save the Chaos Knight? I'm not sure. He is quite fast. March
can play aggressively once they have a little bit more levels, but right now I feel like they're being somewhat too aggressive.
Yeah,
I say that they're making
another smoke. Yeah, they want March dead. They're gonna jump in. Reality Rift cooling down at the moment. March just gonna get right click down. They do get the bonus illusion. Puck looking at this situation does have the Dream Coil back off cooldown. Play hard, making his way in on the back lines. Does have the stun ready to go. The Scepter Ward's gonna get dropped down. He does need to be careful. Reality Rift is off cooldown, but it looks like CK might just get muscled down here. Makes his way over to the tree line. Great, juking for dear life, but one more auto attack from the Puck is gonna finish him off. They drop a Dream Coil, but
walks away from it.
Yeah, mid lane, tier 1 tower dropping very low to Cuckoo on the SF. Oh. Alright.
Play hard is behind the tower. They're gonna pincer him in pretty hard. 1437 is rotating in, but it's not like he had section or anything. Cuckoo gonna get brought down pretty easily. He's gonna walk around a little bit, but finally will go down.
Yeah, and 1437 checking out the situation, calling for backup. Sam H is now going to respond to Kimberloo coming in. He's got 4 points in the reflection. Very interesting build, but we might have to wait to talk about that as 1437 going to get popped. Sam H just running for the hills. We'll be able to kills, and I think TNC found in the last few minutes.
So even though TNC...
March might just be a track kill up here. Yeah, gets the link off, but just gets right click down.
I was gonna say, even though that TNC was, going...
I guess he's actually been getting a lot of these kills. He's 2-1-2. They've at least done a good job of keeping the CK alive every single time they go for these dives, right? Like the top dive, they manage to bail out the CK, and then the bottom dive, they...
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
It's a pretty small overlay, but just anything for people to be able to watch the game. We got a glimpse back on a Terrorblade here, trying to dodge his way out of the static storm, but it's not going to do enough. Can he get the Sunder off? Barely able to bring him down in time. Now we've got another track on the Jakiro. The raise from Cuckoo cleans him up, and very quickly TNC.
Sorry, we don't have the proper overlays, but it is the quick short fix that we...
Yeah, better than nothing. Underlord gonna get going here on the mid lane. We've got a Dream Coil out onto 2. They are going to be able to run it off potentially. Static Storm Kinetic Field along with the Pit of Malice breaking up the fight a bit. A few more auto attacks from this Terrorblade. Looks like actually the Dream Coil break maybe finishing off the Underlord. Down at bottom, Cuckoo's just laying into the tier 2 tower. Puck moving forward, does have the Blink and the Veil, so it might still be looking for more action as Playhard actually going to scout out 147 over in the trees here. Lands a nice stun, and he'll just get instantly popped. Fucking with the...
Yeah. But you can just click and see. But anyways.
Ooh, Tim's scouting up here. Got good vision. They're going to glimpse back on the Jakiro. Nicely done. That should be a free kill. The Puck, meanwhile, just trying to jump his way out of here. He does get tracked up, however. Still going to be on the run. No way to cancel this TP, it looks like. And at the mid lane, oh my god, CK just jumping in. He's got the Illusion Rune and he's got the Phantasm. He just obliterated.
Scouting, like you said, and now they're making it go on the march. Track is applied, but with the glimpse down, I don't think they are gonna be able to get the kill. But CK does find himself a Nyx Assassin. Nyx Assassin drops a couple of stuns. Will get picked off here by Cuckoo. Team just kind of getting dumpstered for a while, right? And then he decides that even if he gets a Yule's, he'll still be in a lot of trouble. Yeah,
nice little courier snipe from Tim's, but is he gonna die? Actually, the orb did not connect. Don't break that coil. Tim's is ticking low, not dead just yet. They're gonna get the glimpse back on the Playhard. 4 seconds stun. Shadowfiend gonna get Yule's up, but still has more than enough time to help find this kill. And Puck kicking up kind of value. Puck might just be dead here.
Back to himself time, and time is somehow lived through that, and now it's gonna be Sam H in a lot of trouble. Sam H trying to port away. Will he make it? Yes, he will. Oh my god.
Get the reapplication. Hey, I don't mind the SF Ags. I guess the biggest thing to talk about is what other items you think he'd go for. Oh, they found the Nyx Assassin. He's dead. Amazing or anything like that.
Well, I guess I'm just not really understanding what his intended role is here, as looks like TP is going to get found. He's going to pop off the track instantly. Here comes Raven, but retracked up. Again, Raven's out of the movement speed bonus.
And now the coil's on to 2. Bounty Hunter gonna snap it. Tim should just get plinked down. No, he's actually gonna be able to survive here. Razor now trapped inside of the static storm. Raven popping his BKB, just looking to reset somewhat. Those CK illusions are going up against themselves. The reflection at least putting in some work. They will be able to help heal up Raven as Cuckoo now marches forward, still on full HP and still has a 9-second BKB in reserve. Meanwhile, the Terrorblade has already used the meta and he's gonna get caught by the pit on the backside of the fight. Looks like they might just have to settle for the Jakiro. No, Sakembalo actually gonna get glimpsed back into the midst of all this. Raven now rejoining, decent amount of HP, 3 seconds stun. Oli still surviving on very low HP over in the trees. Are they going to track him first? Yeah, they will. TNC going for the value plays there, and that will wrap up that team fight.
1437 being like a very stern Asian mother, like that's showing discipline, telling your team, all right, not gonna kill yet, let's get the track off. And now looks like Nyx Assassin's gonna get found here as well. Raven getting his mana burned up. Actually, can he make it out of here? Good toss, giving that mini stun, and Raven picks it up.
Could certainly help as this Aghanim Scepter now picked up on the Puck, so they won't be able to just BKB and run off the Dream Coil anymore. They're waiting for Tim on the top of this hill. They should easily find him this time around, unless there's a Force Staff form. Static Storm Kinetic Field getting dropped down. Tim's actually still tanking pretty nicely, courtesy of the Spirit Vessel. Now the Underlord comes running up onto the high ground. Firestorm breaking up the fight even further. Raven jumps in, kills off one more. The 2 supports are already dead. They're going to get the glimpse back onto March. Does not have a BKB to protect him. Into the 3-second stun. Do they have the damage? Raven's still just waiting at this Dream Coil. Now he can continue pursuit. Gets the rift back up onto the high ground. You're not going anywhere. And TNC will find their 3rd kill of that.
Care the next Roshan by knocking down the shrine. So it's definitely like a
Oh, smoke gonna get broken here by Tims. Can they spot him out? They've got the dust. Now Sam H coming in, controlling this hill absolutely perfectly. 1-4-3-7 also gonna come in. Static Storm, Kinetic Field, breaking up the fight even further. Tims able to keep on running off this Dream Coil. He breaks it in the end though, and that's gonna be his undoing. It looks like Sam H. They get a glimpse back onto the Nyx Assassin. Terrorblade still pressing forward. He's getting that Scotty slow onto the Underlord, but the Crimson Guard helping out so much. The puck throws out the Yules, but that's going to be the last hurrah for this fight.
They can't make it go, but here comes the rest of TNC. They did use a lot of it. The Crimson Guard's down, so it's a pipe, but it looks like they're going to challenge with the Firestorm. Nope, he runs in, he gets silenced, he gets stunned. Are they going to lose the Pit Lord?
Yeah, I don't know if they have enough to save him here. The evasion's helping a little bit, but that lockdown is enough. 77 seconds dead. Cuckoo, I think, was really hoping to find a good opportunity to like BKB blink in and pop the Requiem, but unfortunately it was getting cancelled up by the reflection. Now these CK illusions might just end up falling to the same fate. The BKB gets forced out from Raven, but it's extremely defensive. Cuckoo just gonna pop the ultimate over in the trees. How much can that actually do? So Kemperlu has to go in melee form. He's just right clicking through into 1-4-3-7. Raven is getting drained up a little bit on the damage, gets caught in the ice path, and that's gonna finish him off. And Cuckoo,
but you got a bounty hunter team, so that's fine. Ooh, the whole team getting their smoke broken. TMC just laying his body for the front line, but Cuckoo now...
This is so dangerous. They're fighting near the shrines. So Kemperlu just going to start laying in with the auto attacks. Cuckoo, what can he do? He breaks the Dream Coil. He's stunned forever. I don't know if they can save him at this point. Sam H going to do his damnedest, but Cuckoo's going to be brought down dead for 100. They're all still just tagging the shrine. Puck very low, but not dead yet. March is going to get worked on by the CK, but the Sunder comes out, and now he's being slowed up by the Scotty. He's about to be brought down. Armlet Toggle's not going to do anything for him in this situation, as Tim's also trying to make his escape. Gets veiled up. Can he finish off this kill on the Puck? Looks like he should not be able to, and he'll also be brought down. Geek
dies. The team says, all right, let's still go in anyways, and I just don't know if it's been working out. I mean, he hasn't been working out.
Well, at least they have the Underlord to help defend the high ground. They do have a Glyph available as well, but 40 seconds dead for Cuckoo. The Glyph now getting forced out, and they've got the Jakiro going to work as well. Sam H trying to move forward. He will be able to put the Crimson Guard up on the building, but Sekembalu still just chunking through it. Getting very close to his butterfly. Still has the Aegis in hand as well, along with an 8-second BKB. Play hard, ready to force staff in with the stun at a moment's notice, but it looks like TNC will just have to sacrifice pretty much a full lane of Rax. They're going to get the glimpse back on the TB, hoping for some kind of a catch with the CK respawning soonish. If they can pop this Aegis as well, they can keep him here for another couple. And they're now, once again, going to look to force their way up onto the high ground. Metamorphosis off cooldown. Aegis still in hand for a little bit longer. Sekembalu tanking some Firestorm damage, but still looking alright. Cuckoo going to come running forward onto the front lines. Does get the Hex off. Can they burst him down? This could be a problem if he gets the Thunder off. 2 seconds stun. Is it going to be enough?
Okay.
Oh, they just kill him. He lifted his hands.
Might be able to kill him again. Here we go. He pops the BKB. Now Reality back in, and now he's going to fight right in the middle. Can he actually Sunder? He's still looking pretty good so far here. Down at about half HP. Sunder is going to get used now. Cuckoo in a lot of trouble. The coil is going to break. He's going to go down. Raven fighting right inside. Okay.
March has used the cheese. He's dropping really low. Looks like he should be brought down. Sekembalu trying to escape. Going to get brought back in again by the Reality Ring. Will the mischance save him? He gets glimpsed and he's gone. Jakiro should also end up suffering the same fate on the other side. Puck manages to escape with the gem in.
I don't know if that's a thing.
I don't know if it was a good thing, but it's certainly a thing that happened. I got a wraparound gank here from Geek Fam. They're looking towards Sam H. He is the tankiest target, but the fight's a little bit split from TNC, and they can't really decide the best way to approach this. Sam H, can they get him up onto the high ground? Yes, they can, and now they get the Reality Rip. 4 seconds stun onto the Razor. He's hexed up. Can they burst him down? That's the big question. They're going to lay down with the Requiem, and the rest of Geek Fam just can't make it up onto the high ground. It's a 1-for-1 so far. Both position 3s lost. Disruptor's stuck in a nice path, and he'll be finished off. As now Raven potentially looking to re-engage. He still has the BKB. Healing back up with his fight them at their shrine again. Please, TNC.
Oh, this is gonna be rough here. Here comes Play Hard.
Oh, they have the eggs. They have the eggs on the Disruptor. They have to watch out for the Aegis. They're gonna get the Hex up on the Nyx Assassin. Shadow Fiend gets stunned up. Can they keep the chain stun going? He's getting right click down. He's already being finished off. Raven working out to Kemperlu. He's already used the Sunder. Can he get to the shrine? He will be able to. He's shrining up Raven. I don't think he'll be able to finish him, and there's another Sunder. 4 seconds stun, but Raven's just gonna get chased down by March on the other side. Sandwich trying for the evac, but they lose the 2 big cores. It doesn't get hit by that. He just does so much damage. Yep. Alright, buyback on 1, buyback on 2. Geek Fam still sticking around here a little bit longer. Can they get this Terrorblade? Nice 4-staff play to get him out of there. He's still got a Sunder. Bounty Hunter gonna make his way back into the base. Does get 4-staffed up. Cuckoo trying to stand his ground. Does throw out the Hex, but they're just resetting for the time being. March, just heading back to Kimberloo. Still inside of the base, needs to be a little bit careful. He's isolated. I think he's begging for a Force Staff right now. They do need to be cautious of the Glimpse. They still have it ready to go. The Force Staff not going to get him outside of the base, but they need to be aware of the Sunder now. Who's he going to find? Static Storm, Kinetic Field. He actually just runs straight out of it. Can they burst him down? They will. That's the end of the Aegis. He doesn't have Metamorphosis when he pops back up. Sam H still controlling space. Hex him up. Can they burst him? That's the question. Requiem Bomb coming through. He gets up the BKB. Now the Sunder just going to start laying in with the auto attacks. They're trying to burst down March. He doesn't have the cheese. One more auto attack's going to follow after him as Cuckoo picks up the double, but now he's trapped. He gets another Hex out. Terrorblade taking damage. Mass buybacks from Geek Fam. They know that they need this Cuckoo kill, and they're going to get it. Good for 110, but Raven finishes it with the Chaos Bolt. They're back in the fight. Puck also returning. They get through the lane of Rax. Buyback as well from the Terrorblade. Geek Fam just flexing the buybacks at this point. And it's a 3v5.
Phantasm's gonna get used here. I hear it on the top, and it's gonna be going on the Razor. Razor dropping level. The Ice Path is actually stunning everybody. March is still alive. He's gonna get rerouted. He finally goes down. But now here comes Terrorblade. Sam H trying to get his buddy home, but the bus is too slow. Oh, the cores die one more time, and now Geek Fam recognizing that they will take the throne. This has gotta be GG.
Yeah, I don't know what else they can do at this point. Sam H gonna do everything that he can. Bit more damage. Firestorm doing decent work. There is a Sunder ready to go. So he gets out of the silence, but they bursted him. The Ancient is still alive. Tim's will be brought down. Buyback from Sam H. 1437 still doing everything that he can. They don't have either of the two big right clickers, so TNC might actually be able to hold this. Underlord has turned into the right clicker.
Goodness.
210 Atrophy Aura, baby. He's right clicking through everyone. Glimpse him back into the kinetic field. Oh, Puck's still looking to burst down 1437, but he's a little bit too tanky. The Firestorm finishes the Nyx.
But the Rax? I guess I give up the Rax at this point. The siege unit. Okay, Yule's up.
Yule's him, keep him away. Don't let Sam H come and defend. Yeah, I think that at this point the wagons are going to get it for sure. Sam H realizing what's going on, he just has to defend the throne. 15 seconds to Shadow Fiend. It's not completely...
Will teach you in to pick up those kills?
Yeah. Yeah, that seems likely. Everybody's got BOTs anyway. Oh, poor Tim's. Yeah. He's gone.
The CDR in this is insane. He blinks away. Lincoln's protecting him. But they are pushing into the base right now. Of course, Throne does regen a little bit of HP.
Yeah, they're getting some damage stolen over onto Sam H. I heard the CK ultimate getting popped. They're going to look towards March, but they're actually just not doing enough damage. The stun from the Nyx into the Ice Path.
Oh,
CK is in big trouble, but on the other side. Sunder down, Shadow Fiend looking to turn around. He's got the Rec Room. Is he going to do enough damage as he respawns? He's trapped. He's hexed. Can they burst him down a second time? Do they have the control? That's the question. Terrorblade dead for 100 seconds. They're still focusing on the Ancient, but it's not actually taking that much damage. Nyx Assassin will be the next one. Right click down, and TNC are actually taking this fight. March and the Puck both trying to make their escape. Looks like Puck should be able to jaunt his way out. No, actually sticking around after the Yules. Could that be trouble for him? He gets hit in the face by the CK. 1437 waiting for him. Do they have the vision to get the Glimpse back? Yes, they do. It turns the corner as he also gets hexed up.
Okay, yep, they get the kill. Alright, bases defend.
Damage.
Jeez, with the Radiance, they're pinging the... Yeah, they're hitting the tier 3 now. Glyph.
Alright. They didn't get this tier 3 40 minutes ago, but this time around they might grab it. They get the Hex on the Nyx Assassin. He does manage to get the Spike Carapace off. He's also going to force Death to get a little bit further away. TB just pops up with the ultimate, slays this Chaos Knight. Terrorblade now chuck inside of the silence. He's been hexed up as well. Can they keep him alive? No, he's dead. He does have a buyback available. They've got the Dream Coil out into a couple. Cuckoo taking damage. Blade Mail not going to be enough to save him. Buyback on the CK, buyback on the TB, buyback on everybody. Sandwich trying to escape. Can he make it out? He's running for it, but they don't bring anyone with him. Raven has to run for it. He's going to be able to blink away. They've got the SF also TPing in.
Oh, everyone's blinking up. Alright. Everyone resets. How many buyback was used in that team fight?
4. 2 on each.
It's like I'm pretty good when I throw the game.
It's a double-edged sword for sure, Lemmy, but... they get the coil onto the Bounty Hunter, but do they actually know that Tim's here? He's going to Force Staff. That ends up stunning him. Do they have any more Force Staffs to help out? He's actually kind of tanky. Oh, can they come in here with damage to save him? The blink is Tim's. He's dead. He's dead.
The dagger found.
First one in. Very dangerous situation for him. Puck gonna come in, just a little bit of a warning hex. It looks like they are gonna go over towards Cuckoo. Still no coil available. They get the pit down onto 2. Razor still has BKB, still has everything. There is a glyph on the Dire side, so they're not too pressured just yet. Raven copping a mana burn as we do have lots of damage being stolen up by this Razor. They're intentionally leaving that CK illusion alive so that they can get him all the way up to pretty much max. He's the one right-clicking. They're going to hex him up. Can they get the Static Storm Kinetic Field combo? No, it ends up missing, and now Septemberland knows that he can come in. He manages to BKB dodge the Chaos Bolt. Raven on the back foot. He pops his BKB, turns around, looks towards Playhard. Cuckoo lays out the Requiem. March using his BKB effectively. Terrorblade finally finds his ground, but they've got the Refresher Orb. Can they control the Terrorblade this time? He's been muted. Do they have the damage? That's the question. He gets the Sunder off. Sam H donating all of his life over to him. The Terrorblade's found a triple so far. Give him the Ultra Kill. He needs a few more. There have been buybacks on TNC, but they've only got Cuckoo as the big core. He gets hexed up. Now he's in trouble, still pressing forward onto the front lines. It's once again the Sunder that keeps the Terrorblade going. He gets the Rampage, and with that, Geek Fam will end this game 1 against TNC. Punching through the Ancient. Oh man.
What a game.
That was great. Traditional Tinker counter would be to jam the... Well, I guess they could pick it and then put it safe lane, but the Storm Spirit also comes to mind as the lifestyle. Oh my god, the Shaman is going to hit so hard. Lumi, he has almost 100 damage. This is...
Come on, 89 is not 100. Almost 100.
Oh, now he might just be dead here. Tim's running forward. They got the Orb of Venom. They got the slow. Luna doing her best. Trying for the body blocks. He makes it into the trees. No, there's no way. Raven gonna find that first blood. And
but obviously,
yeah, you hope so.
You see what he's doing there? He's dropping the Quelling Blade on the first hit. Because if you don't drop it, he is gonna miss that last hit. Oh, even the Iron Shell on the. This is just insult and injury right now.
Yeah, Sam H knows exactly what he's doing up here. Oh. Down bottom, once again, Shadow Shaman going to be taking a spill. Tim's still playing not much point in going towards mid until the Shadow Fiend has more points in Raze. So, makes sense to just come down here and kind of protect your lifestealer a little bit. Play hard just around the corner. Does have level 2 on the clockwork, but it doesn't get all that scary until he gets that second point up in the battery assault. And the wave is pushing really heavily. What's happening under this tower? Is he just dead? Sam H punch him? Alright, there you go. March is gone. Sam H going to pop the BM salve under the tower. And then go right back to farming.
Yeah, and the cool thing for him is that the runes are spawned up very soon. And because he's pressuring the tower so hard, the Brewmaster can't even think about contesting. Back in the mid lane, Cuckoo now kill. This is the reason why Cuckoo normally have such a monstrous game on Shadow Fiends, because his team buys him the space and time.
Yeah, and looks like Playhard is dead here. He wanted that 4-minute bounty rune. He did wake up in time to grab it, but solid Dota and Geek Fam kind of struggling to respond. Another roll in is going to catch. Can they kick him back? Yes, they can. There's the short raise. Do we have any more?
He's got a double damage though. He's just punching Cuckoo.
This is a little bit scary, but all right. Cuckoo's got it.
Very fire and south.
Just in case. I mean, he wasn't sure either. I guess he doesn't know how many points there are up in it. Oh, they're going to get the kick out, but Oath Spirit looks like he might still end up going down here. Tim's, can he find an angle for a roll? He loses the mana on the cogs. And he'll be brought down. Cuckoo coming over to try and help out. Surge. There's no way he gets caught here, I don't think. Play hard.
Surge lasting such a long time. In fact,
now they're just going to turn around on him. Yeah, Tim's in the area. The cog's just going to end up being his own grave. And Lifestealer just going to be going for the Armlet Rush. Nothing too flashy in terms of his build. Luna trying to play catch up, but just going to get rolled on up top here. And this is a max level Ion Shell. It's doing so much damage. Can Clockwork get in here with the cogs for the save? I don't think so. Vacuum back. Tim's taking some damage, but Sam H there for the assist. And Playhard actually the one getting run down with the smoke. This is a bizarre. This is a bizarre gank. But here we go. Luna just waiting for the force back, but Cuckoo actually not backing down. Now he's going to get pushed back, and they get the courier. No, the courier actually scouting the Luna up on the high.
Oh my god, Cuckoo, how the hell is going to...
There's no escape at this point. Yeah. Are they going to finish it with the Tinker? Yes, they will. Alright, nice for Mitch. Has his dominated creep. He's just going to run it in here. He's surging himself. There's the clap. This might just be a solo kill. The Kemperlu, what can he even do? There's no point in using the Eclipse. It would just get soaked. Sam H on viewers as well, because the lag for them was like 3 minutes ago, and now we're talking about it. Oh well. That's the beauty of having delay in your stream. Anyway, Sam H pincer in. They get the boulder smash onto the clockwork. Raze is flying through. Play hard, looking for the hook out, but Tim's gonna roll on top of him. Right clicks him to death. TNC up. SamH and Tim's not going to expose themselves to anything. SamH does opt for the Force Staff instead of the Blink. So a little bit more difficult to set up, but up down bottom, we got some action on the Tinker. He's just being Fiend's gripped, and we'll just get right-clicked to death.
I actually like the Force choice quite a bit. Raven, in a lot of trouble. He does not have Infest up. He does have Armlet, but hard to toggle that one against the Fire Panda. Maybe he can toggle it? No, good hook.
Nice hook shot.
It's not only for himself, but also for his team. Luna. Man, she is so poor.
Yeah, there's a shrine there, but I don't know if that's going to end up mattering, and SamH might just vacuum her away. No, vacuums her towards it just a tiny bit.
Projectile is so damn slow that you can actually get them so far away.
Ooh, do they see SamH? What's the vision situation looking like? They're going to spot him inside the trees with the rocket flare. He gets hexed up. They're going to drop the Mass Serpent. Oh, he force stabs himself a little bit further away. The Tinker's now TPing in. All right, they do have enough damage to finish him. Pretty big investment, and Tinker actually getting cost 760.
Yeah, I know, dude. That's insane.
That's insane.
Yeah. Kick back.
Getting kicked out of the base into the Fiend Script. The combination plays from TNC. On point. Tim showing exactly why he is renowned for his Earth Spirit play, and Raven just
go into the tier 3 and start hitting it. They really want this, yeah, they're gonna pop the drums. They're gonna get this tier 3. They might lose a hero on the way out. No, they don't lose anything.
Ranged racks, or at least save them a couple of hits. It was a dangerous game the Clockwork was playing. He did have a Force Staff to get himself outside of the cogs, even if he put the Lifestealer inside of them.
What do you make of SamH's solo?
That's our next stage to this game.
You don't need a crest for that, right? Medallion would be enough? I'm just wondering what was the upgrade for.
Oh, we gotta jump in. Aegis has been reclaimed. Raven diving in pretty deep. Does need to be a little bit careful. There's a hook shot coming back through, and now we've got the grip over onto the Brewmaster. Can they burst him down in time? He does have the Primal Split available, but it's not enough. And Shadow Shaman tries to stand there shackling, but gets stunned down. TNC do manage to evacuate Raven. 2 quick picks. Probably gonna wait out these Mass Serpent wards. Actually, just gonna running in haste and arcane. Tinker will be able to TP himself out. Shadow Shaman trying to find a little hidey hole to TP out, but he's gonna get vacuumed. They spot him. They bring him down. Not the big...
boring to watch from a spectator point of view, but Geek Fam, I think this is the right move for TNC. They don't do anything until the Roshan is up, and that's why 1437 has been just kind of sitting inside a pit.
Well, Tim's gonna come popping around the corner, gets the Boulder Smash out onto 2. The 2-man silence as well. No opportunity to save the Luna. The Magnetize finishes it off. Raven's fast and he is hungry. Can they get the kill here onto Play Hard? One more auto attack. Well, actually the Magnetize from Tim's finishes it off. Cuckoo think a little bit further up. Can he just get the TP out? Looks like he will be able to. Has a little stopover inside the base, but Raven already working his way onto the melee racks. Pops the Rage. Cuckoo also up on the high ground. 1 lane of racks down. March does have his blink and his ultimate ready to go, but needs to be cautious of the Fiend's grip on the Bane. Doesn't want to engage foolishly. Lifestealer getting healed back up. Pops another Rage. Doesn't have to care about the March of the Machines at all. And Geek Fam seems like all that they can do is watch. They're going to go jumping in. They use the clap. They get the split off, but Lifestealer immediately infests into SamH. He surges.
Drum's going to get activated by Geek Fam. They're going to look to backstab. Let's see if Play Hard could land a good one. But the creep wave comes.
Yeah, this is really awkward, and now everybody from TNC just going to scatter out. 1437 pressing forward. Do they know that the Brewmaster's up on the high ground? They don't. He's actually looking for a grip, but Luna manages to find a hidey hole inside the trees, and with that 1437, looks like he's actually killed himself to vacuum back into the wall. They get the Luna illusion, and now the Boulder Smash catching on Luna. Won't be able to save her, just gets right-clicked down by Raven. Roll through now from Tim's. Finds Oli on the other side. 2 more auto attacks from Raven. Finish that kill. And it's the Octarine Core for the Midas value. That's the...
Oh, look at Tim's.
That's the stat. Tim's, who can they find? He blinks forward. Raven jumps out. Raven just wants to play the objective. Brewmaster once again going to throw out the Primal Split. Play Hard just hooking into the back of that. TNC able to evacuate. Lifestealer has a Rage as soon as he comes down. Doesn't even need to use it. He just doesn't have a care in the world with an Aegis and a Heart. I mean, the Brewmaster...
So the problem with this game, apart from the fact that Geek Fam got dumpster in the lanes, is that they're unable to actually use the Clockwork Initiation alongside the Brewmaster. How the team fight is supposed to look for Geek Fam is that the Clockwork hooks in cogs.
Really nice item in this situation. Yep, straight up he goes, healing all the while. Luna gonna have to do something soon. Is off on the side. Does have a Hurricane Pike to get in there. They do have the Aghanim Scepter up on the Tinker. That's gonna be helpful. Now they get the back into the bullet. Magic Eye just onto 2. The counter initiation attempted from the hook shot, but the Luna is already way too low. Raven's gonna chase her to the ends of the earth. Few more auto attacks. Won't get into the fountain. 4 already dead in the blink of an eye. And Tinker doing everything that he can from the sidelines, but the GG has already been called. And TNC will keep their hopes alive here in the Bucharest Major SCA qualifiers, as they will tie up the series 1-1 against Geek Fan.
That's one of those. We know we're the better team.
Yeah.
Away from the tower eventually.
Yes. Yeah.
So
147 hits him a little bit first while he's asleep. Then they wake him up, and now he dies to the tower. Yeah, alright, there you go. And he could have even run like a second back towards base.
But he got 5 seconds more time
of thinking. Yep. Alright, Terrorblade getting run down in here. 3 heroes after him. What can he do? There's no support. He's just getting ion shelled. Now they're gonna burst strike him. He didn't even have a TP in his inventory, so didn't necessarily need to save anything.
Like,
oh man.
Actually, he just ports mid.
Yeah. The Shrine's coming up in 10 seconds. Oh, they've managed to find the Oracle as well. This is the revenge on the top lane. Sandwich about to get a bunch of levels. Tim's with one more auto attacking to do it. The Metamorphosis gets popped. And they're just going to leave, other than that. Clockwork again on the mid lane.
There he comes.
The battery assault. Cuckoo going to turn around, gets 1 raise off. Now he's trapped inside the cogs. No help arriving just yet. Still has some wand charges. He gets into the creep wave. Can he turn around? Short raise. They should get the burst strike out. Oh, he just barely died to the soul siphon. But Brain Sap will bring down. He has escaped. Oh, surging Tims. Oh no, I think he's dead. Oh, they spot him. There's the burst strike. Oh my god, Tims, the hunting dog. And now just punch him. 1437 with the kill secure. Wants his Exorcism used at mid lane. 1437 coming in. Nightmare for the triple raise. There's 1, but they've also got the puck here. And now the Spirit Siphons are coming in. The orb catches onto 2. The silence coming through. Won't be able to get off anything else. Cuckoo's still just barely alive, but he does tick out once again. 147 about to drop. Double kill for the puck. Clockwork also coming in, laying down the cogs. Burst strike in 3 seconds time. Raven also low on mana. Does have some stick charges. Tim's with the attempted burrow, but no catch. So just ends up being a 2-for-1. Pretty nice for
in July or June or something like that.
Maybe they were certainly close.
Yeah.
Raven is about to get yumped here. Big hook in. Can he get the? No, won't be able to get the jump out. Nicely done, and he is 100% dead.
So by the way, that hook out.
Nobody's gonna figure that one out. There's a Fiend Script ready to go here. Are they willing to use it? They don't actually want the Clockwork, but they might just settle for it. Yeah, Cuckoo gonna lay in the raises and bring him down. Nicely scout what his team is telling him to do in the situation. And I think part of that is because the Death Prophet kind of has the early tower push covered. They're gonna jump in, Dream Crawl along with the hook. They catch Sam H. He tried for the TP out, but he is 100% dead. Geek Fam gonna slay him.
I don't know, dude. Maybe he's just much more comfortable on Terrorblade as a player.
Yeah, alright, we got a Clockwork trapped inside of his own cogs here. Can they finish him off? He's actually healing up a little bit. Still 4 seconds to go on the burst strike. He might just be alive here. The caustic is going to pop. Tims wants to kill. Alright, burst strike will finish it. Over at the mid lane, the Terrorblade now turning up. I said that he was farming, but he wants to farm Cuckoo. Can he get out? He's still pretty fast. Strength Tread's hoping to keep him alive. They've got another Spirit Siphon on the other side. Tikemberlu does have a Sun, and looks like they will be able to top him off as well. There's a regen rune waiting over at the top bounty, the top rune spot. They're jumping deep onto the Oracle. They'd like to force out this ultimate if they can. He is going to end up ulting himself. That means no defense for the other heroes, but the Shadow Fiend's in a terrible position. Cuckoo just going to get hooked on and killed off, and now March finds 2 with the silence. He's also got the Dream Coil. Will he commit it for 147? He will, but that means that Raven can get some more work done in this fight. He jumps over to the Lone Tree over here. 147 with the Nightmare, keeping himself alive. Brain Sap as well, putting in the work, but unfortunately does get brought down by that last swarm. Tims wants his bounty. Oh, he gets pushed back. He did get the bounty room, but will he pay for it with his life? First strike down onto the low ground, then he's okay. It's going to be tough. And that's also where the Oracle factor comes into play, right? Ooh, March in the middle of 5 heroes at the moment. Can he play his way out of this? Gonna drop out the Dream Coil, silence into 143.7 as well. That's a lot used. Vacuum back. There's the grip. Where's the help? Hookshot comes in. Burst back catches both. However, Tim's gonna put the nail in the coffin as Playhard gets trapped inside of his own cogs. Meanwhile, over it
normally does in this game, and then some. The puck unable to really shove lanes as efficiently as Timber.
Big smoke once again. They will find Tim's here on his Sand King. He's got 17-1 charges, but won't even bother using it. Sam H just gonna break that Dream Coil. Should be able to force staff himself down onto the low ground. He'll be okay.
Interesting to see the Sand King also queuing up a 4-staff
together, and they're exploiting that really well. Though, like you're saying, Geek Fam are finding more in this game. And March gonna drop a Dream Coil here. Both sides spamming out some spells, but Geek Fam do have lots of people coming around the corner. Can they actually kill off this Timbersaw is the question, though. He's quite tanky. He's just picked up his Bloodstone, and Playhard might just end up being the first few charges. Yep, there you go. Raven picks up the killing spree. Sunder.
Oh, in fact, Geek Fam's gonna walk in. This is getting really scary. If TB gets this Aegis, this is gonna be rough.
Yeah, they pop meta. They do have the Exorcism also running. Sam H jumps in, vacuum wall. BKB's gonna get popped. Death Prophet now going to work the Dream Coil. Comes out onto a couple. Raven trying to reset. Darkseer stuck in the middle of everything.
Oh,
Sam H is still alive. Oh my god, the Terror Blade dropping really low, but he's already been ulted up. Can he heal through this? He's about to get dropped. The burst strike from Tim's catching onto both cores. The BKB ran out. Raven now waiting for the clockwork down on the ground. Chakram's gonna finish him off. Did he reflect? Of course, the evasion also going to be good against the Terrorblade. That is the one thing about Geek Fem's lineup, is that they pretty much only have physical damage going into the late game. Oh, they have the chain stun here. March taking damage, going to drop a troop, 2-man coil. They've got some help coming in the form of the Clockwork. Hookshot's in. Darkseer's in big trouble. They have bitten off way more than they can chew trying to go for this puck.
Some really good war vision on the Radiant side of the map. But unfortunately, TNC, or rather, Geek Fam can't really use it now.
He's just gripped. He just walked up, threw a Spirit Vessel onto the Shadow Fiend, looked at his mini, able to Timber Chain himself outside of the base. Nice angle. March jumping forward. Dream Coil is back up and ready to go. He is queuing up the Aghanim Scepter on his quick buy. 4 staff away from Cuckoo. They're still kiting nicely. Well, definitely not. We got 5 minutes of delay. Yeah. Anyway, SF has a Satanic Butterfly. He's going to get jumped on here. Can they burst him down? BKB Satanic gets up onto the high ground, but still stunned up. Death Prophet following after him. But does Death Prophet actually have the survivability to just stand here and go toe-to-toe? She's draining down health. Cuckoo getting right-clicked to death. Gets the Requiem out. He's already used the Satanic. He's going to be finished off, but Raven finds the Terrorblade. He doesn't have his Lotus for a couple of seconds. Knows that he has to reset a little bit further across. He will actually be able to sunder his own Oracle. Sam H trying to escape, but he's out of mana. It all falls to Raven at this point. Tim's also jumping in with the burst strike, but gets silenced. He's finished off. 3 dead so far from TNC, and Geek Fam still just running towards them. Sam H gonna try and tap this shrine, but he still gets nuked down by the Crypt Swarm. And in the end, it's only Raven who will be able to go and cut slot. Alright, Arcane Rune, Exorcism pop, Shadow Fiend coming around the corner, does have a Shadow Blade, double Chakram onto the Death Prophet. If they could force the False Promise early, that would be great, but not going to be quite so easy. Roshan dropping very low. Can they go in? Timbersaw also jumping in with the Darkseer. They don't get the vacuum off. He actually got stunned up, it looks like, by the Dream Coil. And now Timbersaw left alone on a little bit of an island. He's being silenced up, does pop the Echo Shell, able to Timber Chain himself out of there. Sam H is low, 1437's dead. And Geek Fam just too strong when they're all fighting together. But as soon as this glyph ends, he's going to be able to pop everything and just go to town. Tier 3 dropping in a couple of seconds. Double Chakram not doing nearly enough. Aegis on the TB. They're going to Yules him to buy a few more seconds. SF coming in from behind, but can he actually kill anybody? That's the question. He's desperately hunting for this Oracle, but there's a Sentry Ward down. He gets pushed back. He's being rooted. He pops the BKB, but he won't be able to get off the Satanic. The hook shots from Playhard, so good. Now the Dream Coil's coming out. He's going to get snapped midway through. He's dead. Buyback is available for Raven, but it looks like it might actually be Geek Fam securing their date with Fnatic a little bit later on. I mean, what can they do? Going for more lanes of racks. It looks like they might just Might just hit the tier 4. Sand King's trying to get into a good position. All right, there's the buyback. Vacuuming into the burst strike. Do they have the epicenter? They don't. Do they have enough damage to get the grip onto the Terrorblade? But he immediately gets hit by the false promise, turns around with the reflection, and will now be able to start right-clicking through everybody. Tim's buys back. The Sunder is still available, so Kimberly actually just waiting to see what his health situation is. The epicenter comes through. He also has the Aegis. Another Sunder in 1 second's time finally gets brought down by the Chakrams. Death Prophet's quite low. Does need to be careful. Only one Spirit Siphon left. Sam H, no vacuum. Tim's with another Burst Strike, ready to go. Can he find 2? Yes, he will. They bring down the Clockwork.
Okay.
Now the Puck also dead for 100. Terrorblade trying to man-fight this. Does have that Sunder ready to go. The Oracle just sitting outside of the base. Does get off another False Promise. He's doing his best to right-click through, but Raven is not going to let him go. And they've got another Burst Strike. They focus on the Oracle first. Terrorblade does manage to right-click down the Sand King.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, he's actually got another Sunder. He's going to right-click through Sam H. Where's Raven gone? He Timber Chained too far away. There's the Echo Shell. Very well played by Raven. Couldn't get sundered. And they do manage to hold at the 11th hour.
Well, Raven now will push with 124 damage against Unpaling Baron.
Get him.
Alright, you got a buyback. I mean, against the puck, you just ignore that puck and you just keep hitting the building. This is gonna be the slowest push.
If you're Puck, do you ignore the Timber, just clear this wave, and then go clear the wave outside the base?
Maybe. Like, yeah, sure. Get off the backup position.
Yeah, just re-enable your back. Yeah, go March, go! Don't even worry.
Well, he accomplished
die.
the same thing, right? He got Raven off the Rex.
Yeah. But now the double wagon, Lumi. The double wagon, it's here.
But it's only hitting the range Rex. Alright, he now switches target to the range Rex.
Yeah, you just gotta kill the range Rex first.
Okay. There you go.
Alright, there you go. Laner Rex coming up.
He's actually gonna get this Rex by himself. That's actually insane.
By himself. 2 siege creeps. Never get any credit.
Sure. Actually, it's...
Yeah. He was just kind of the bodyguard. Alright, and now mid, tier 3, dropping. Terrorblade unwilling to use this buyback. They still have a glyph, in fact. Bottom tier 3 also gone.
Okay.
TNC finding a foothold. What's the buyback situation here? In fact, this could get dicey really quickly. Blink in, double Spirit Siphon, Dream Coil out onto the Shadow Fiend, but do they have damage in range? That's the question. Hook shot forward by the Clockwork. Bane does have a Glimmer Cape, gonna just sit there inside of the cogs. Gets the grip over onto the DP, but they get the vacuum onto the Oracle. He does finally manage to get the False Promise off. The TB is back, up and alive. He's TPing in. What can he actually find? He's getting kited around a little bit. He TP'd into the wall. 147's about to die. Tries for the Nightmare. Can't deny himself anymore with that, so will still get brought down. Surged away by Sam H. Raven just laying down the Chakrams, making sure that this wave is not closing in on them too much, though there are some catapults pushing in on mid. And the Radiant Courier, actually, yeah, Clockwork has a gem, and Oracle has plenty of room for sentries, so... what's going on over up top here? They do get the grip over onto the Puck. Do they have enough damage? That's the question. Where's the Dagon Fire? They don't need it. They do have a Bane getting brought down. Raven. Chain. He grazes by the cogs. He's got another chain. He's okay.
Oh man. He's baiting
and the Terrorblade popped meta. He can't afford to back down, really. Are they going to try and burst in? Tim's is a little bit dangerous, perhaps. SF also play.
Yeah. You just need to out DPS him.
Alright. Cuckoo really wants this Roshan. It's Roshan number 3. Aegis Cheese and Shard all ready to go. He picks up that regen rune, but before he actually heals up, actually got it canceled by the Spirit Vessel.
I don't think he's too worried about it.
Ooh, Reflection doing some damage. Cuckoo just wants this Roshan so badly. He's going to put the Satanic, but he actually gets bashed up by Rosh. Pops the BKB now. Who's going to get the Aegis? He does manage to pick it up just barely. Clockwork's trapped by the bomb, and now they vacuum everybody into the cogs. Oh, with the wall! This is trouble for Terrorblade. What can he actually do? He gets the Sunder off. He manages to turn around and try and fight. Death Prophet also surviving for a little bit. Oracle gets found on the backlines. They should be able to burst him down. That Shadow Fiend's first life done. He's going to try and turn and fight the Force Stabs. Can they get him out of here? It looks like they won't be able to. They can't escape the Death Prophet. They can't escape the Terrorblade. He's got another Sunder. This Lotus Orb's not going to last too much longer. Raven is actually already quite low. He's getting Dagon down. He's now been silenced. Doesn't have any cooldowns left. He can pop the Bloodstone Suicide. He's actually just tanking it up. Lumi the Heart. It's doing it. He's running out of here.
Tron stole the Refresher Shard too, so he's gonna have a second Exorcism for the base push. This is gonna be really bad.
Yeah, he has to try to escape. Burst Strike out onto 2. There's the Lotus. Sam H coming in. Hex. Can they finish the Timber Saw? Yes, they can. Dead for 40. TB Illusions are pushing mid. And Tim's does get his Aeon Disc popped. He's got to burrow away.
Yeah,
he's just trying to waste their time, I think. It's like, just stay here, guys. Ready to go. There's a Hex up on the Death Prophet. Buyback situation is looking pretty grim for the Radiant. They don't have a single one, so TNC, what you see is what you get. I think they do need a pretty big wall illusion out of this Darkseer. They're going to pop that first Exorcism, feeling confident. Hex coming in onto the Timbersaw. Just a little bit of harassment damage. They jump through with the Burst Strike onto the TV. He now gets Lincoln's up. Does get the reflection out. Cuckoo just trying to find an angle to lay in here with the auto attacks. They're happy to let this lane of Rex go. They just want a good catch if they can get it. Can they get a vacuum combo? That's the question. They get the Hex onto the TV. They're trying to keep him here. And the Exorcism still flying over the top of everything. The Dream Coil comes out onto 2. They get the Hex back. They get the vacuum back. Now the Cogs jumping through from the Clockwork. What have they actually found? Hex onto the Shadow Fiend. He's just getting mowed down by the Exorcism. Cuckoo's dead. He does have a buyback available. Raven fighting as best he can. Going up against March. Going up against Playhard. He's on the front lines. Terrorblade's actually gone. Unable to survive through everything. Raven chasing them outside of the base. Looks like he should be able to find the Oracle. And they buy back on the Shadow Fiend. Sensing an opportunity to maybe force somebody. But he's out on an island at mid. Needs to rejoin the team. Most of the big control factors for TNC are dead right now, but no Oracle either for Geek fans, so Terrorblade's does have to be a little bit careful. Buyback now on the puck, making his way in. Who can he find with the coil? That's the question. Samage gonna try for the TP out, actually gets it.
Oh. And Raven, of course, has the long hook. Use Exorcism for this!
I mean, there's no way.
No, just kidding.
No, this is still the end of the last one, yeah. Right. Well, this is the second one. He used the Refresher Shard. There must be. Alright. Death Prophet's dead. 100 seconds in. Had the score pips, but you know, never mind. It all comes down to this fight. I think Cuckoo and the Terrorblade spot each other. BKB gets forced. There's the reflection. Can they get the Shadow Fiend out of here? He's just getting right-clicked down. The Dream Coil gets popped. He might be able to get out this Titanic and heal back up. Clockwork's up in his face. The Terrorblade just metamorphoses him down, but can they actually kill out the Terrorblade? It looks like they might be able to. He got hexed. He's dead. They're both down for 2 minutes. It's 4-on-4 now. They've also lost the Oracle. Raven going hard on his Timbersaw. The Chakram just slaying everyone. The reflected hex. Death Prophet being controlled. The Exorcism doing some work, but they are just going to kite it out. It's 2 dead against 1 dead right now. The silence is too late. Timbersaw does actually manage to chain himself out of there. March still chasing. The Hex is up. 1-4-3-7. Can he do anything to help him? He's got the Glimmer Cape. Death Prophet still chasing. Another hook. Hexed up. Can they keep him alive? No, he's dead, but he does have buyback.
40 seconds respawn time.
Yeah.
Gone, so I don't know.
Let's see. All right, Hex up onto the Bane. Can they burst him down? Force staff away. Dream Coil only going to catch onto the Timbersaw. Now the Shadow Fiend getting bursted down. Dagon in the face. Nightmare to help keep him alive. He turns around. BKB Satanic heals up a little bit. Can he actually hit anybody here? He's looking towards the Terrorblade. He's going to try and pop his Thunder. What can he actually do? They're slowing down too. They're both dead. Raven now has to find some very important kills in the backlines. Tim's jumping in with the Epicenter, but Terrorblade is still standing strong. Gets Yulesed up into the air, but they still haven't killed anyone on the Geek fam side. Tim's is running for the hills. Raven's over on the other side of the fight. Clockwork finds a read. Chunk them for sure, but
he has buyback now.
Yeah.
He might need to use it.
Raven clearing out the wave.
Refresher shard.
A long way back.
Used.
Yeah, I mean, they have to go for end here. There's still a tier 2 top. We're gonna jump in, Hex onto the Timbersaw, resisting a little bit of that status. We get the jump in, Burst Strike, False Promise coming out, another Hex. Hex perhaps being a little bit wasted here. Terrorblade still has a decent amount of the Metamorphosis duration left. He actually refreshed in that last fight, so he's got back-to-back metas. Now the Glyph coming out, Shadow Fiend going to be respawning in a couple of seconds, trying to save the buyback. The Illusion actually doing so much work onto March through Vacuum, along with the walls. Mass walls out of the Darkseer. Could that be the answer? They get the grip onto the Death Prophet. They Hex the Terrorblade as he comes back up. He's trying to navigate in between the walls. He's about to fall. No Sunder available. TNC still chasing Tims. What can he get done here? He finds the Clockwork. Do they even need to bother with him? Terrorblade going to be buying back into the game. And now Raven looking for more charges on this Bloodstone. He finishes off the Clockwork. Shadow Fiend managing to hold. They're coming in. They want the Mega Creeps at the very least.
Hope to the tree. Let's go.
Yeah. All right. Melee barracks gone. Second melee barracks about to be gone. The Ancient is exposed. Necro 3 going to work. He's got the Arcane Rune. He's 4.2k health worth of just absolute destruction. Terrorblade has to be careful. I have to say, the false promises on Terrorblade have not been saving him in nearly the way that I was expecting. This game, they managed to pop the Lincolns on the puck. He's going to be hexed up as well. Buyback out of the Death Prophet. There's the false promise, but that means it isn't available for the other cores, at least for a little bit. And the Dream Coil is a total whip. Puck needs to be careful. Still taking some damage. Get some Dagon hits over onto the Shadow Fiend. All right, Puck's going to be okay. Clockwork's still dead for 30 seconds. TNC working their way through the tier 4s. Cuckoo hasn't been able to hit heroes, but he is damn well able to hit buildings, and now the Shadow Fiend's being hexed up. Can they save him this time around? Looks like Puck actually just playing evasively, and they are kiting the Death Prophet pretty effectively. Sandwich with his BKB Tims, able to hide inside the Sandstorm. March is getting right-clicked down, and now these creeps are surging into the base. They're swarming everybody on Geek Fam. It's actually absorbing all of the exorcism damage, and it means the Death Prophet's hardly doing anything. Can they gash his TP? He gets the BKB off just in time, but he's also being kited. Can't right-click anyone down. The Timbersaw hexes up the Death Prophet. Can they burst TP? Nice Fate's Edict, but the Exorcism's just about to come back. They're controlling the TB now with the TNC running circles around him. He pops the refresher just to get the BKB off again, but they finally lose Cuckoo. He does have buyback, but I think he considers saving it here, and TNC might just come back to fight this another day. They did get the Mega Creeps, they did get both of the tier 4s, and they did force a buyback out of the Death Prophet.
And the game goes on.
Airblade, they are going to pop the False Promise on him, but still being slowed down by the Chakrams. Doesn't have boots either, so actually very slow to move around in these fights. And Tim's just sitting in the Sandstorm. They're just relying on the creeps to do the job for them. They want to force the Glyph if they can without really having to commit. March is going to pop the BKB. He walks forward, but what's that really doing? They hex at the Terrorblade once again. The double wall gets dropped down. There's way too much damage, and they don't have a False Promise. He's down for 120, and that might just be the end of it. No Terrorblade grip used onto the Death Prophet. She's being controlled. Hexed up immediately after. Playhard will be able to cancel the Fiend's grip, but to what avail? They're actually just working their way through the Ancient. Raven chasing after Ollie. Cuckoo pops back up. He gets the Satanic off. Finally able to stand in man fight since the Terrorblade is dead, and with that TNC and stamp their ticket to go and play up against Fnatic in the next round.
Wow, they had to.